Hello again, this is GM Rick here, and I wanted to just spend some time with you on another great and fun topic for the GM, and that is plot twists. It's funny, one of the guys who's designing the Ultimate Intrigue said to me last night, let me know your plot twists when you get going. And he got me really thinking about that, and I really love that. When you think about it, the intrigue, the plot twists are what make a game so much fun. Think about the movies that you've watched that are mind benders, that really took you and shook you around 5 different ways, and you just didn't know how it was going to end. You had an idea, but it just kept taking roads left and right and up and down, and you just went nuts trying to figure out what's going on. You can do the same with your campaign. And plot twists can be as simple as there's somebody helping the bad guy that you didn't expect that was supposed to be a good guy, or a good priest that's turned bad. Or it could be as simple as somebody who's posing as a spy for somebody who really they're trying to be. So the spy is trying to be a counselor or a high counselor to the king. There are so many ways you can take plot twists. Maybe the bad guy is the brother of the ruler, or the cousin, or the uncle. There are so many ways that you can bend a story. A great example, one of the campaigns that I'm doing or have done, there was a noble who was trying to become the next Lich Lord of the world. And I mean not a small Lich Lord, the Lich Lord, the one that started it all that everybody pointed to. Nobody knew that. And they were all wondering, how is he one step ahead of them? How were his baddies in this cult one step ahead of him? That's how. And see, you as a GM can make it so much fun. And I would write it out. Do you a little flow chart at the beginning and say, who is my main bad guys? Who are my good guys? Put the good guys on the one side, put the bad guy NPCs on the other, and put a relationship chart of how they got together. So maybe the first flow from the good guy to the bad guy is, in school, this kid made fun of the bad guy and really just beat them down. So this one vowed that they were going to make their life misery for the rest of their life. It can be as simple as that, but nobody thinks of that. Everybody wants it to be that, this guy just wants to conquer the world, or this woman or this creature just wants to conquer the world. Now there's a lot more. Perfect example out of our history. Hitler was belittled by his parents and felt like he was nothing. So Hitler hated his own parents with a passion. And he was going to show them that he could be something more than what he was. And the world just spat on him the whole way. So he felt like, you know what? I'm going to take it over, and I will rule the world, and I will teach people what it is to suffer. It can be something like that drives a bad guy to where they're at. And so with plot twists, you can put a lot of things in, and maybe there's other organizations that want the bad guy to take power because it would benefit them. So look at in your world, what are the secret organizations? D&D leaves it pretty open with a few exceptions. Pathfinder, they give you a ton of consortiums and other groups that are trying to vie for power, and you can do a lot with that. If you look at a game like Gamma World has factions and different groups that are trying to control the world for different reasons. Some think they're benevolent, but aren't. In the post-apocalyptic games, it could be a former head of a governor, or it could be a former military leader, or it could be just a scientist that rose the ranks by doing what they did to destroy the world. There's a lot of different ways you can take this, and your plot twists are, why did the bad guy go bad? What motivates them? Who's helping them? What do those helping them have to gain? Are there people in the equation that the party doesn't even know about? Is there a hostage situation where a son or daughter of the person who's helping the bad guy is being held hostage? Is there a driving factor for maybe that they want to evolve the race because they're disgusted with how the race is currently? Is it maybe a genocide where they hate the other race so much that they want to drive it out of existence? There's a lot of plot twists. In my campaign, I've put a few plot twists that I think fit it, that have nothing to do with it, really. I mean, they're kind of a side character in there, but I'm making them more of a main force because the party isn't thinking along the lines of what they are. And so take some situations and modify it to enrich it and be more intriguing. Intrigue just really, really makes the game fun. And you can award some nice XP for it once they figure out the plot and who's behind what. Give them XP for figuring it out because it's not always that easy, and don't make it easy for them. Also, really think about how does the intrigue affect the overall function of the area those people are in? Does it limit what the party can do? Does it bring danger into the situation they normally don't have? Does it turn organizations that would normally help the party to want to just not help the party? There's a lot you can do to really enhance it. So when you're going into the intrigue, really think out the plot, really map it out. Because the more you map it out and the more you put it to paper, the better it is when you run it. And then keep that paper near you but hidden so the players can't see it. Maybe in your notebook, buried back 10 or 12 pages or way back, so that if they go looking in your notebook, and it does happen, believe me, that they can't find it. And don't make it easy for them, because a lot of the stuff that's out on Google that you can Google, they can Google. So change some things for your players that it's not as expected, that they can't just go look it up and be prepared. Really think about that. So, as you're looking at those things, really take some time to do that and to really make the plot well worth it for the characters. You can do little intrigues. Maybe there's some side things going on that have nothing to do with the main story, but you can make it seem like it does, but it doesn't. And it's some side plot that the characters can help somebody. They think it ties into the bigger plot, but it's nothing to do with it. And that's even more fun, because then they're confused. They're like, wait a minute, but Bob at the carnival was doing this. Isn't he tied into that? And it's like, no, Bob was just a little side thing to throw you off. I love the blind, the blind spot, which one of our Pike, one of our favorite critters does. Miss Ashley, she's constantly trying to figure out, because there's twists and turns that were unexpected in the plot that just keep coming out and keep coming out and keep coming out. And who you thought were good guys were not necessarily good guys. And who you think are bad guys may be bad guys, or they may be good guys. And it just leaves you with a mind bend. You do that to your players. Let their mind try to wrap around what's the real reason for it all. And the more you twists and turns you put, the more fun it is for them to try to figure out. It's like unwrapping or doing like the little babushka dolls, where you take it off and you see the next one, and you open it and there's another one, and you open it and there's another one. And each one's a little bit different. They're all similar, but there's something unique about each little babushka. Do that, and they'll have tons of fun with it. And so I would just say take that time. There's plenty of things in all the guides that can help you with those plot twists. Utilize them. Try to make it mesh, but yet be obscure for the party, so that way they can't figure it out right away and ruin it. Thanks, and have a great week.